What's up, guys? Today we're playing Epic 7, and we're going to be looking at the side stories and how they changed and updated how this feature works. To be honest, I'm not really sure whether I like it or not. It's something I didn't think was broken, that they fixed or changed in some way just to make it a little different. The side stories before were released every so often when they had a new character that came out, and then you were able to get some of the catalysts and also some of the rewards. This feature took me about a day, sometimes two, using all free energy, and it didn't seem like it was a major problem within how the system functioned or how players play the game. So I'm not sure what drove it, but we're going to look today at how they have changed the side story and to see exactly what they put into this feature. One thing that I do like is they gave us a lot of ways to access the side stories. You can access it right here from your homepage, or you can click down your menu. It has a side story button, or you can click on the banner. And usually, what I do is just click the banner. Now, this particular one, Dear Mentor, is the first one they set you off with, and it's very fast. When we look at the reputation, you only need to do 10 battles, and you'll be able to claim everything. We see a couple of summons here, we see sky stones, and we also see some leaves. So these are all the, important things that we want to see in the side story. We don't see any catalysts here, but that's okay. The next thing is that we have an exchange that's very limited. Typically, we'll see about 5,000 or so to buy out the exchange, and for this one, we see about 620. So this is not going to be something that's going to take us very long, and then we're going to be able to go in and complete. As we click in an adventure, we're going to be going through the story of Alexa and accessing all the different features here. I know that I don't typically read them, but if you're into stories, then you'll love this part of it. Once we complete all of our stars, we get another little bonus reward, and then typically there are some quests here as well that give us even more rewards, and it looks like we have a 4-star artifact and story collection. This will go into the journal, and you'll be able to access this story once it's complete. One thing I do like about the different side stories is that they give you an opportunity to farm a lot of different catalysts, and especially epic catalyst. So as you're going through and gathering your points to buy out the story, also finish the quest and finish your stars, now you have an opportunity to get even more catalysts, including those really nice epics, so that you can make a plus 15 out of all of your heroes. But let's go ahead, we're going to finish this out, and then we're going to look at how the side story changes as we go into our new one. The very first side story, Dear Mentor, is super fast and it gives you a great primer into how the other side stories are going to function. You only have to do your 10 different maps, and you only have to do about 10 more to be able to get all of your achievements done and everything for the exchange. Now, one thing that they did offer is they gave you the Goblin Den, which for me was about 600,000 gold, and then you get a Molagora. Every one of these missions that has the stars will also give you 15 sky stones each to add into your 30 that you get, and then to add into all of your other amazing kinds of um, rewards that we have here. So let's see kind of what we get. So good. I like it. I mean, even if you were just doing it to get the sky stones, then I think it would be just fine. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go and buy out the exchange super fast. It only takes 620. No matter how much of this stuff I get, I still buy it out. And then we're going to go ahead and finish out this side story by selecting a different side story. Now for me, I've been collecting these heroes for quite a while, and I don't really have any that I'm missing that I want to use. Moonlight Bologna is coming out, so we're going to start her side story and see exactly how this goes. When you click to set a side story, it will give you the option, it will make sure that you know that's what you're about to do, and you can go ahead and start it. Now from here, you can see that there is a 3-day and 2-hour turnover on your side story. What I read is that you can do this every 7 days 3 days is how long it takes to get to maintenance on my server. And so that's what this is counting down toward. You'll have a different time period here depending on when you reset this side story. As you can see, you're getting the same thing, only 10 clears, which means that it's not going to have as much as it was before onto your reputation. The exchange, however, is a lot. It's a full exchange. So use this to your advantage as well. If you're missing different kinds of catalysts, you'll be able to start a side story for maybe a hero that you already have or somebody that you don't need imprints for, and you'll be able to get these catalysts very easily. You can also see that it gives you bookmarks and it gives you artifact charms, which are very important. If we go into our actual adventure, we should also have a full quest set. So this means that we have all of the different items that we can get. You get dogs here, you get the epic catalyst, you get even more bookmarks, and it's going to be really, really good. But we see that we only have 4 onto our stars, which means that we only have we have 12 stars, but 4 levels, right? Because you have 3 stars per level. So that means that we'll be able to get 15 for each one of those levels, or another 120 sky stones. This is going to be a great way for you to continually increase the amount of sky stones that you have. Now, with Moonlight Bologna coming
Welcome
out,
to the
we can
Infinite
sort of see that we
Library.
can select a hero and we'll be able to summon. Available for free upon initial selection. It's been a couple of days and we have finished out Bologna's side story. So we can go into the reputation, we can claim all of our rewards, and then we can also go into the exchange and buy it out. You need 6,200 and something, so we're going to see exactly how many you need. I will flash it up on the screen. But it's really great to get Catalyst because then you can plus 15 all of your heroes, right? And of course, if you wanted to, you could definitely plus 15 Bologna. I went to pity on her 2 times for imprints on the new Moonlight Bologna that's coming out. I'm sure I'm gonna regret that. You think that, oh man, I'm just gonna get a whole bunch of imprints and it's gonna be all good. But what happens is you go to pity 2 times and then the regret is super real. So as you can see here, I only had 1 left. So I used up all of my exchange, every bit of it. This does not have a artifact that gives you additional currency. So it took a lot of energy to be able to do it. What we see here is we get a story collection. We had mentioned this before, but I'm going to show you exactly what these are used for as well. Back in our side story list, we can see that Two Keys to Freedom is still open, and this seemingly will be open forever. It doesn't close, you're able to do it at your leisure. Make sure that you get all of your points, and make sure that you get all of the rewards within the side story. Then you can come in, and you can also select a new one. Now, what I've seen before is if we go all the way down to the bottom, we're able to side story replay for the story that we've already completed. However, what it does is it takes you into your journal. Now, I have finished all of these side stories before, and as you can see, they're not unlocked. And that's because we have to replay them. When Smilegate made this update, they locked all the side stories, so now we get to go in and we get to do them all over again. One of my very favorite heroes is Celine. I use her all the time, and I want to make sure that her side story is open. That way I can summon on her banner when it's time, when I have some extra bookmarks, and I can get some of those sweet imprints. Now, when we go into our events, into our quests, we can see that there's a story collection, and you can get 1 per story. Now, what we do is we use these in our summoning section
A
in
customer.
Story Summon.
We have a
You can
visitor.
open 1 banner at a time, and that banner will be open from 7 days from the moment that you opened it. So keep in mind that it doesn't matter if you opened it at 6 o'clock in the morning or at 12 o'clock at night. This is going to be open for 7 days from the exact moment that you opened it. Also keep in mind that if you do this on a maintenance week, that you'll lose some hours where the game won't be available. It's usually, during maintenance when I'm asleep anyway, so it's not really going to be anything that I really have to worry about. When we go in to select a hero, we can see that it costs 4 of the story collections in order to start that banner for 7 days. So you have to do several stories before you can open the banner of your choice. This is really great for something like Bihu because he's not available for 6 months. I can do several stories, and then when I have enough of these story collections, then I can open it when he's available. Also, keep in mind that you want to be able to go all the way to pity on the hero that you want if you really have to. Don't open these banners unless you have at least 600 bookmarks so that you can go all the way to pity on your 120 summons. It's going to be awful if you start and you only have 50 summons and then, something happens, your internet goes out, you lose power, you have, schoolwork, you have wife and kids at home that are nagging you can't finish the banner, and then you lose all of those bookmarks. So, this is a great opportunity for us. It's an opportunity for us to plan ahead. Think about what banner you want, save up your resources, do your Garo refreshes, then open it when you have the opportunity, when you have the Sky Stones, and you have the time to go all the way for the hero that you love. After going through the side story, looking at all the features, I can honestly say that I think this is a really quality upgrade. One problem that we have in Epic 7 is there's so many banners. If you have to wait for the banner of the hero that you want, it's going to take forever. You're never going to get there. And by the time you get there, you might not have the sky stones, you might not have the bookmarks to be able to summon for the hero that you want. This gives you an opportunity to really take what's available to you and maximize it. This is an opportunity for us to plan ahead. And this is an opportunity for us to really look at the game in a different way than we ever have before. In the past in Epic 7, we always had to really fight for what was coming next. Save up your bookmarks. This is a bait banner. Don't summon for this hero because we have a collaboration coming up. Well, now we can do these things on our spare time when we have energy, and then when there's nothing going on, let's go in, let's pull the heroes we need, let's get the imprints, let's get as most we can out of Epic 7, because that's really what we're here for, right? We're here to have fun, and we are here to enjoy the game. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Until next time, happy hunting, and good luck on your battles.